Bolo WBK Engineering of St. Charles and Christopher B. Burke Engineering of Rosemont, Illinois, as forest preserve review engineers.
I'll move on that. Second.
Okay, discussion?
Second. Yeah, so Ralph, yeah, I'm just wondering, maybe we don't have any engineering firms left in Will County. I don't know, I don't think there is too many left. But have we made an effort to look to see if there's any local folks? Once I ask that is because I don't think, not that people can't be in tune, but I think that when there's a local buy-in sometimes, that's just, anyway. We may not have any engineering firms left locally that we can encourage to come forward and put their proposal forward.
We do have two that submitted. One was Hamilton Consulting Engineers in Joliet, and then also Strand. And Strand has been an engineer for us, as well as a contracted engineer for projects. This year, they just fell out of that group.
I don't know what criteria you use. Question man, but I still think that, let's take Strand as an example. Because we know they're a firm. Local. I think we should have given them a little consideration, the fact that they're local, but, so I would like to see that. I believe the board likes to see that. Certainly they've expressed that over the years. Hope you would take it into consideration. I'm just gonna leave it there, Ralph.
It's something.
My last one, I told you I would find a few ways to give you some grief before I'll.
We expect it. I'll tell you what we can do is, we do have several engineering projects that will be coming up throughout the year, and we can certainly take that into consideration.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Can I get a previous roll? Previous roll? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Award of, number 2, award of contract in the amount of $33,598.60 to Waste Management of Illinois of Lombard, Illinois for waste removal and recycling services.
Motion.
Second. Any questions or discussion?
Previous roll?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Judy, did you want to be a yes? Thank you. Number 3, award of contract in the amount not to exceed $144,200 to Homer Tree Care Inc. of Lockport, Illinois for annual tree and brush maintenance.
Motion. Second.
Previous roll.
Question?
Ralph, can you perhaps expand on what they do? I mean, I know in terms they're removing trees.
Yes.
But it actually says, brush and other maintenance that I think we can do a lot of that in house.
We do. When we need large swaths of areas cleared, we use Homer because they have equipment that is of the size and scale that we don't have. But primarily, we use them to work on our bigger trees. Our folks can manage trees up to about 8 inches in diameter. And we bring in Homer to manage anything larger than that, or anytime they have to go up into a tree, because we don't.
We don't find trees.
No, don't want to.
Thank you.
We had a previous roll. Did I get a second on that?
So I would say second, but I don't know if I was one of the first.
Yeah, you were one of the first.
A few of us said it at the same time, so I wasn't sure which
Okay.
one.
Second.
Okay, previous roll, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 4, approval, number 4, approval of resolution number 22-18, authorizing intergovernmental agreement number 22-02 and license number 22-16 with the University of Illinois at Veterans Woods.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Question. Ralph, I was curious, why did they select Veterans Woods?
I might ask Andy to answer that one, but my guess is that they just looked at various areas within the aquifer that they're trying to measure, and they wanted to have it on public property. So that it's easier to manage for them.
Yeah, so throughout the whole Distinct River Valley, there are a series of wells just like this that have been installed, whether it was for our Prairie Wood Preserve and monitoring the water going through there. So yeah, it's just been an ongoing thing that we have. Most of the time, it's an annual, just basically take the core out, look at what's there. This is a longer term, that's why it turned into a license, and that's why it's before you today. In here with the additional 10-year monitoring, and then they're going to be able to share the information with us, which helps us make the right decisions of what's going on in the back. At least
Interesting. To me, that they picked Romeoville, and they, yeah, the aquifers down here a little bit south of here, but.
there's a number of them in that Romeoville area.
Okay, thank you.
Previous one?
Sure. Why not?
Second?
Jumping.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution passes. Number 5, permission to bid native seeding and ecological management at Prairie Bluff Preserve.
Motion. Second.
Question?
Previous. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, permission to bid overseeding at Fort Creek Preserve.
Moved.
Second.
Previous. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So we now need to go into an executive session to approve the minutes from our previous executive session. So Lisa, could you, we need a motion first, right, to go into executive session? Thank you.
Second.
Okay, then we need a roll call.
Roll call, you know.
O'Gala,
Yes.
Zanford, Mustis,
Yeah.
Malich,
Yes.
Trainier, Wool,
Yes.
Mueller,
Yes.
Brissalone,
Yes.
Cowan,
Yes.
Politis, Newquist,
Yes,
Winfrey. We have 8 in.
we are now in executive session.
Just wanted to let you know.
Long as you have to leave.
You guys, they're coming in there, all right.
Go back to the door.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion. Yeah, recommend to the board to release those minutes.
Second.
Second. Previous.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reports. We have a number of reports. Ralph, did you want to say anything about those reports?
Sure, I'll give you some highlights on our 2023 events and exhibition schedule, but I'll talk about it again at the board meeting. So about this time each year, we release to you what the events and exhibitions and what we call mini events that we're going to be doing throughout the year. So there's a lot of familiar ones there, but I wanted to just highlight a few. We'll start off the year early on in January with Eagle Watch out at Four Rivers. And then we have an exhibition at Isle of Lakash that runs from February through April called Journey Stories, and it's a Smithsonian exhibition that we're bringing in a poster exhibition. We also have an Earth Day Festival, which is our first event at Hidden Oaks Nature Center up in Bolingbrook. We then have Migration Celebration out at Four Rivers. We're bringing back fun and food trucks to Wallen Lake, Hamel Woods, and Hickory Creek Preserve next year, and also participating in a national night out, which we do in cooperation with the police departments in Moline, Beecher, and Peatone, and we host that at Moline Reservoir. We'll be having our first ever exhibition at Moline Reservoir as well. It's called The World's Finest, and it's fly fishing tackle from the 1893 Columbian exhibition. Kind of cool. Hummingbird Festival at Plum Creek Nature Center. Again, we'll have a Farmstead Frolic, which we just hosted last weekend up at Riverview Farmstead in Naperville. Pelican Watch, which we hosted 2 weekends ago out at Four Rivers. And then another exhibition, this one from the Denver Botanic Garden called Golden Opportunity. And it's a series of mixed media on ink, watercolor, colored pencil, basically art, all using color yellow in nature. So those are a few, and then on our mini events, these are the ones where we're either participating in someone else's event. So we send our outreach folks out there, or it's a smaller event where we try to gauge about 100 to 500 people. There's a number of events there. One of the ones that we have coming up here soon is called Harvest Hustle. That's hosted out at Hadley Valley in Joliet, New Meadows area, but there's a number of those there as well.
Thank you, Ralph.
Mhm.
All right, our next meeting date will be Wednesday, November 2nd, 8:30 a.m. here at the Sugar Creek Administration Center. Are there any comments by the public? Are there any comments by commissioners?
I have a comment or a question. In the Bolingbrook paper, it mentioned that Hidden Oaks, there was a porta potty that was set on fire. Was this incident captured on video?
We did capture a photo, but we were unable to identify the individuals. We only know or suspect that they were 2 juveniles, and we got a picture of the back of them, but from a distance.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, then I will look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Mueller, previous? Do you have a second on that? Oh, we don't need one. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, Joe. I forgot we got to adjourn. Thanks, guys.
You must be new here.
Right.
Jerry, you and Kate on board. I don't mind. If I don't do it for a while. Like, sometimes I don't have to
Hi, Mr. Chairwoman.
Guys, Joe's daughter's funny today.
What?
I saw that on Facebook. I saw that on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, you have to have a funny." I don't know, you know, but I read that when I.
That's amazing.
So Joe, I won't say you don't have workers.
I know, I know. If I have them right.
We're here, do you think, here's what else? Not that,
Right.
Okay, that is what I'm trying to do. My phone.
I'm really close. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're gonna keep things rolling right into our finance committee meeting. I'm calling this meeting to order at 8:51. Annette, do you mind doing the pledge of allegiance?
One nation, and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We got a roll call.
Newquist,
Here.
Fritz, Tyson,
Here.
Mitchell,
Here.
Gross,
Here for one more meeting.
here, Mueller,
Here.
Pretzel. Berkowitz,
Here.
Weigel. Trainier. And
Here.
also present Secretary Freeman, Vice President Ventura, and President Van Dyne. We have 9 members.
Need a motion to pass the schedule of bills.
Move.
Second. Roll call.
Newquist,
Yes.
Fritz. Yes. Tyson,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yeah.
Parker,
Yes.
Mueller,
Yes.
Pretzel, Berkowitz,
Yes.
Weigel, Trainier, Hogan.
Yes.
We have 9.
A motion for the approval of minutes from our finance meeting on August 31st.
Motion, Mueller. Second, Parker. Previous one.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's passed. Old business. We have a motion, I need a motion to approve to place tentative appropriations and budget ordinance number 610 on public display.
Motion, Mueller. Second, Newquist.
Tyson.
Second, Parker.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. New business. Need a motion to pass and review the proposed 2022 levies and consider authorizing staff to prepare the final levy ordinances.
Motion.
Second Tyson.
Previous, Newquist.
Second.
We have comment? Yes.
Question, so I don't know how many of you were at the finance committee yesterday? So we have an issue with replacement tax. And make it simple, on the county side, there's $9 million that just appeared magically in the budget now. Because there was a 0 replacement tax put in the budget. That we'll deal with later, but The same thing has happened in this budget. So last year, there was 300,000 roughly budgeted for replacement tax money. And 600,000 for replacement tax money. This year, it's 1.3 million replacement tax, which is just put in there. So there's an additional $600,000. I think the levy that this is calling for is a 3.5% levy, which I did talk to Joe, and we brought it down from 5, but I did not know about this change, which supposedly the state has just given us these numbers in the last couple of days. So in actuality, the 3.5% is about, what do we figure,
How much?
Yeah.
It's about 556,000.
about 556,000. We just gained an additional 600 and some odd thousand in replacement tax. So you could move this one forward, or we could talk about it at the big meeting when everybody is in attendance. Not necessarily comfortable with taxing at 3.5% if we're getting this extra money. It is extra because we really didn't have it before. We never got it. It's gonna be the same issue we're gonna have on the county side. We're getting an extra $8.9 million that wasn't shown in our draft budget, on top of the $9 million that the executive has called for. We do have some other issues on the county side, so that'll be a different subject. Just to let everybody know where we're at, so I don't know what everybody else thinks.
So is that gonna be unappropriated in the budget?
It's appropriate, it's in.
Yes, so it is in the budget. What we proposed with the increase taken on the 3.5% that Commissioner Frizzalone talked about was that primarily about 75% of it, a little bit more than that, almost 80% goes into capital, into our C&D. And then that could be used for maintenance of our existing facilities. Maintenance and upgrade.
Rachel?
Yeah, Ralph, could you maybe explain why we are seeing these dollars and do we anticipate this in last year? We got kind of fuzzy answers yesterday when we asked that.
So we did not anticipate the increase last year, and so our budget was lower last year. We received more replacement taxes. The number that we've used here is the amount that we received last year, plus a slight increase.
Why is there such a big increase this year?
That I can't tell you.
Karen explained it to me after the meeting. So
Okay.
What Karen said is that money comes from state income tax. And they appropriate their money just like we do. Well, they found out that they've got a big hunk left over that wasn't appropriated. So they're dividing that money up and we're getting that extra money. We're getting a bigger lump sum. That will not necessarily.
Okay, so it is basically a one-time thing.
Right, it will not necessarily happen the year after.
Okay.
Anything could happen.
So we appropriated the 1.3 million, but we did not increase that line item for next year.
For 23.
For 2023.
The money that was the surprise money was in there, but did we go, that was last year's money, right?
No. I don't know what they got for last year because you didn't do a versus last year. The new budget shows that they had budgeted last year for 600,000. I don't know what you got.
Right, we got about
About $1 million.
All right, $1 million. So they got 400,000 more. But this year, they've already been told they're gonna get 1.3 million.
Okay. I guess it's
Double
weird
over
that they're
the budget.
telling us what they're getting next year, but okay. So-
Yeah.
Well, they do this estimate every year. This year was later. It's usually August 31st. That's why the budget supposedly had a 0 in it at the county. Because they didn't have the number yet. And instead of estimating something, why they wouldn't do that, I don't know. Because it's been in the $2-3 million category. They estimated 0.
Right, no, I was there
So-
yesterday. Right.
So, and as was pointed out, is the replacement tax is not always a reliable income stream. We do get replacement taxes every year, but we don't really. So that's why we are also recommending the increase on a extension.
Here, so just let me make sure I understand. We think we're getting an extra $600,000 that's gonna kind of fall down from the sky as a one-shot deal. But we don't know for a fact what our additional future replacement taxes will be. So we may or may not actually get the replacement tax that we've already appropriated for or levied for separate from this additional $600,000.
No, we will for 20.
2023, we will. But in 2024, it will go back down.
Right, that's,
Yeah.
okay, got it. So, right, we're gonna get the money that we know we're gonna get, but for future, okay, got it.
You really shouldn't call it an estimate if it's a sure thing.
Well, the reason it's an estimate is it can go up, it won't go down. They know they're gonna, and that's just what happened last year. They estimated so much and found out they had extra, they gave us extra. They don't short you because they know how much generally they have. So it's an estimate only on the low end. But you could get more.
They're probably collecting more income tax than they had.
How did that happen?
Excuse me, Brooks, did you have a?
I do. So we have windfall and what sounds like Mike is telling me, you're asking questions, should we not take the 3.5 because now we have the windfall? And sounds like to me, Ralph, it's a good thing and you've already got some good ideas for the money, for the earmark. So is the question now to us being raised, should we not, vote for the 3.5 levy because we already have this free windfall?
I think that's the
That's what
question.
Mike's asking, yes.
I'm a little slow, Mike. It take me a while to get.
Hi, Rachel.
Have we finished all negotiations and with labor? We know our labor costs on this budget.
We have a police contract coming due in December of 2022. So
Does this budget reflect what we think in a ballpark that will come in at?
it reflects, what we did was we duplicated this current year we're in. So we did not make any changes, increases, but it included planned increase for our police officers.
Okay. I'm just a little, I don't know what they're asking for or what, I mean, maybe.
We
I
don't know
pay
yet.
attention. Oh, okay.
Right.
Because I just feel like with everything else we're seeing in every other department on the pay increases, it's frustrating to pass a budget, limiting our payroll when we know it's gonna go higher and then have to retroact that. But if you set the levy, when we set it less than inflation, we can't go back and, or go forward in future years and recoup that. So it really is in the future, like when you finish this November contract, I hope that the contract ends several months before the budgeting. Because then that is the correct time, and because next year inflation might be 1. I mean, I doubt it, but let's just say it could be. And then if that's when you're approving the raises, well, they missed out on the time that was the appropriate time to get those raises. So, we're gonna have to pass it one way or the other, but that's my concern, is that this does not accurately reflect what we're going to be paying people next year.
It never does.
Didn't you say you included money?
Yes, he did.
Yes,
So it's in the budget.
it's in the budget. It may not be enough, or it may be just fine.
That's gonna be what
Maybe
it's
it's
gonna
too
be.
much. Maybe it's too much. I don't know.
I think we'll do.
Well, excuse me.
Wait, just read.
But we are getting 556,000 more than we anticipated getting. So that's on top of it, right?
That's part of the extension, correct? Correct.
And how much do we have in our, I know we keep our money in like a contingency fund for a rainy day fund.
Reserve, yeah.
How many months do we have in there?
We have 10 months right now.
We really have a year.
And so what we're proposing is that we draw that down as part of this budget. We talked about that last time. We have a contractual obligation for the second payment of at $850,000. And then we're recommending $1 million transfer into the infrastructure maintenance and replacement program specifically for upgrades on 6 bridges on the Waponte Glacial Trail, renovations to portions of the Waponte Glacial Trail, and then repaving the remainder of the Plankwood Trail, which we're starting this year.
One more question. Sorry, my voice is bad. My allergies are out of control. So my other question is, so what is the total of the increase in the budget with 3.5 at 3.5%?
Total is in the budget.
No, I asked last month for the differences, but I didn't get it.
I sent that to you.
Did you? Yeah, I guess I didn't. Sorry.
The increase in the overall budget on corporate is
25% of it.
Ralph, I can answer that.
Yeah.
It's about 1.5 million is the increase. Of that, that includes the $1 million that we're using from the fund reserve balance. So roughly about $500 other revenue, not fund reserve.
I'm a little lost. Fine, that's a good question now. You said there's 10 months in reserves, but you're gonna draw that down for the things you just named?
correct.
So is that going to zero balance?
No, it's going to about an 8-month balance. So we operate off of our reserve for pretty much the first part of the year until we start to get tax receipts. And so we draw from that fund reserve to pay our bills. And then once we start to get tax receipts, we can start to utilize those to pay off our bills and build back up that reserve. What we know that we need absolutely is about a 6.5, 7-month reserve. So we feel comfortable with an 8-month reserve. That should something go awry, and I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago, there was a decision to space out the tax payments. There were 2, there were 4. And so we dug deeper into our reserve that year. Not saying that they're going to do that again ever, but just an example of why we're a little bit more comfortable. Greater reserve. 6 months.
Any other questions? Yes.
First off, cash reserves are really just part of our cash flow. It's
Yeah,
not really a reserve.
Right.
Sitting there for an emergency, it drops down, gets you from one tax cycle to the next. Well, that's the cash flow analysis. We're up, I know on the reserve, you initially talked about land purchase, which I wasn't crazy about it, saying it's not a bad policy. So now we're gonna use it, which I think is more appropriate, maintenance items and so forth.
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Very good. As far as this tree, moving forward, I, in my opinion, I think it is moving forward rather than a bank, whether you're gonna support 3.5 or 3 or 2. There can be further discussions that go on, if there's a little difference of viewpoint. I'm gonna get bogged down in here.
I do want to point out too that the additional receipts that we reserve, because they're not appropriated by you. So if we do get extra in the replacement tax this year, that more than likely flows through to that year. Right?
Correct.
Right, so it's like we didn't have it, we didn't budget it, and so it just.
So this is what I'd be willing to do. We're doing this on the county side as well. They're going to run a scenario at 2.5, 3, and 3.5%. So that we can see those numbers. I mean, I think we should vote the levy through so we can vote on it but if we did the same thing here, then that we can get a sense of what does that do to the overall budget? How does things change? And then everybody can make a decision next week at the board meeting. Does that make sense?
It does.
So you're asking for 3 different scenarios?
Right, just on the numbers, we'll vote this, we'll vote this through right now at whatever it is, 3.5% to go to the board at 3.5%, but then if you do what did I say?
2.5 or 2, 2.5.
2, 2.5, and 3, see where we're at, and show how that works with the budget, and works with the additional money.
$2 and how it impacts the budget.
I don't know why we can't do that here. Why do we have to take it?
We don't have the numbers.
Well, we still have, because we don't have the numbers. And we all still have to vote on it at the board anyway.
Okay.
So,
Well, you started it.
yeah, but I'm saying nothing we do here is final until we go to the board. So,
Fair enough.
Go ahead, Judy.
So Ralph, and you said that we got an additional 400,000 this year that we didn't know we were getting, so we wouldn't have spent it because we didn't appropriate it. So what are we taking that money and using it for in this budget?
Right now, that's going into the fund reserve and you're transferring money from the fund reserve into
Thank
the.
you. Okay, thank you.
So we had a second.
Yes, in the
That's
second.
what yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 2, approval of ordinance number 624, requesting the transfer of Old Normantown Road from Wheatland Township and the Wheatland Township Road District.
Motion, Mueller.
Previous roll, Tyson.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 3, approval of ordinance number 626, establishing the 2023 annual fee schedule.
Moves. Second.
Previous.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I need a motion to go into executive session.
Motion. Second.
For the minutes, right?
For the minutes.
Second.
Paul?
Right.
Yeah, it's her thing.
Doing a roll call, pay attention, please.
Yes, good morning.
France. Tyson.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Brooks.
Yes.
Parker. Yes. Mueller.
Yes.
Pretzel. Berkowitz.
Yes.
Weigel. Rainier. Coleman.
Yes.
I don't make a motion to whatever we need to do, release.
To release the review of closed meeting minutes. Can I have a second?
Second.
We need a roll call for that. Roll call.
Request,
Yes.
Prince, releasing them. Oh.
Yes.
Do you want to blend in closed session?
Well, it's real estate stuff.
All of the transactions have been completed.
Oh, okay. Tyson,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Mueller,
Yes.
Russell, Berkowitz,
Yes.
Weigel, Rainier.
Yes. You have any comments about the report? Comments? Any comments from the public? Commissioners? All right, our next meeting is Wednesday, November 2nd, following the Operations Committee meeting right here. Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye. You have to take a person for your bank.
See you next month.
My wife, when it lives, so like,
Mimi, Jim, Julie, Margaret, and Joe.
Yeah, I need a 5 minute.
Okay, you have 5 minutes. I love that.
Well, when it doesn't take her, I'll get 5 minutes. I don't live far from here. Right now. Yeah, I remember.
Well, then he's turned it out.
You know, and
Roll call, please.
Colin,
Here.
Bustos,
Here,
Berkowitz. Here. Tyson,
Here.
President Van Dyne.
Here.
Five.
so. The rule changes is basically,
I'd like to, mo-
we have smaller board.
Yeah.
like a motion to pass the minutes.
Who? I'll second.
Roll call.
Colin,
Yes.
Bustos,
Yeah.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Van Dyne.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have passed. Old business, there are none. New business, approval of Forest Preserve District of Will County organizational rules.
Who?
Second.
Okay, then.
Any questions? Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah, so these rule changes are just reflecting that going forward, it'll be a smaller board, therefore you have to reflect that in the committee structure.
That's
Basically what it is.
That's correct, and we're just trying to get that done now to set up the next board, so when that next president
Makes sense.
makes that
I
assignment.
just wanted to actually say it publicly, so it's.
I
Okay.
had a
There,
question.
there's one other change there, there's a reference to an old procurement ordinance, you made some changes to the
Yeah.
procurement ordinance, so we've changed that here. And by the way, the committee changes do not take effect until December 1 of 2022. So,
Oh, 22.
yeah.
I have a question. So, I don't know that it's in these rules, but like the president, the vice, the secretary and treasurer don't serve on committees.
Correct.
Why is that?
They make up a quorum if there is not a quorum. You're an ex officio member of every committee, but your vote doesn't count unless it's needed for a quorum.
Okay. Is that enough in these?
And that's in these.
Okay. That's my question. Thank you.
Any other questions? Is there a need for executive session? Is there a need for executive session? Next meeting date to be determined.
Did you vote?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. All in favor?
No, let's go back. So we're getting to vote on the rule
A
change.
motion?
Yeah.
The first and the second.
Bustos and Berkowitz, move the second.
Yeah.
Oh, so then we probably have to.
Just take a roll call.
Yes.
Colin,
Yes.
Bustos,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
President Van Dyne.
Yes.
The motion was moved and passed and voted on.
And just for clarification,
Goes to the full board.
it will go to the full board, but as a report next, for this month, and you'll vote on it in November. And the reason for that is it needs a 2-week period of after public review.
We need a public hearing when we change rules first.
Well, the requirement under the rules is yes. And so that's the reason for that 2-week gap, because there's a 2-week provision in the current rules.
So we will have a public hearing at the Forest Preserve District meeting.
That's the option you have, and you can do that.
I always think it's a good idea. This is the practice. Joe, I don't think it hurts to have the public hearing. We'll probably be right in an hour.
So the public hearing.
Oh, the public hearing? Would the public hearing be next week?
But that's not a 2-week gap.
You can do it next week.
Okay, we'll do a public hearing.
Just publish it.
Mhm.
Just publish it now and then you can have it at the
Yeah.
board meeting. Yeah.
No. Just hearing.
Right, so there won't be action on the rules. It'll be a public hearing to collect whatever comment there is, if there is. And if there's none, then you'll vote on it in November.
Correct.
Yep.
There are no reports. The next meeting date to be determined. Next meeting will be next month, right? Because we have to vote on it.
No, you voted on it already.
I know, but you said there's a 2-week gap,
Right.
and then it has to come back next month.
So, yeah, so in October, next Thursday, we'll have a public hearing. And then
No action taken.
no action will be taken and then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Comments by the public? There are none? Do you have anything, bro? Comments by commissioners?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
The meeting is all in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned as of 9:33 a.m. Thank you, everyone.